Yes, guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Talk That Talk with AK. And again, it's a good day as always, and we are at your view. So, yes, today I have here with me by my right hand, it is Mr. Michael. You guys have seen him in some of our shows, and today again he's here to give us his diluted analysis of the World Cup games. And also my number one right hand man, and you know him now, you all know him, Mr. Lococo. Yes, guys, he is the one and only, our number one analyst, guys. So yes, we have a lot to talk about. The game has been moving forward, and now we are moving to the semi-finals to get to the final itself. So now we've seen the game in the quarterfinal. We've seen how teams have been playing. My whole my conversation today will be coming from the round of 16 first, where we saw how Argentina played Egypt. But before we go, let's talk about the game that actually played yesterday and the game of Spain and Belgium. So far, we've seen how Spain have been playing. This two teams have been a team that we can look side and say they've been a balanced side. If they've not surpassed themselves in either ways, because they've both been struggling to get to where they are right now. And we've seen Spain, how they've played against other teams, and how their last game against Portugal, how it ended on a 1-0 win. But we saw how they played. It was not interesting. So many people were not actually expecting them to put the same energy the way they put, compared to how Belgium actually played to get to the round of 16 that they got to. So yes, what are your takes rather on the game? I'll start from you, Mr. Mike.
All right. The thing is, honestly, I wasn't expecting Belgium to lose the matches because if you see the matches Spain has been playing since the 2026 World Cup, they have not been so. The attack has been poor so far, and then even the midfield also. But I think Spain actually put on their best yesterday, and then they won the match.
Yes.
And for individual performances yesterday, Yamal really tried. Understand? Compared to his recent matches, because for his first match, he didn't came up earlier. He came lately, and then there was no time for him to play better. But at the end of the match, he did something. But they ended the match drew, I think, with Cape Verde. I think the first match, and then their match against Belgium yesterday, they tried also. But Belgium, to me, they don't have their players are not that good compared to
that of Spain.
That of Spain, because Spain has more younger players, and the expectation from Spain is higher because they have more World Cup.
Does expectation drop for any team?
It has, of course. I don't think if there's any team that has less expectation.
That's because the World Cup, yeah.
No, I mean between the Belgium team and then Spain. People were expecting.
Okay, Spain have more to prove.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have more fans, not even more fans. They have more expectation to win the match, because if you compare Spain and Belgium, Spain has more World Cup success compared to Belgium.
Yes, that's true.
So there's a tendency that they will have more expectation compared to Belgium.
Okay.
The reason is because they have younger players, and then if you check the Belgium team, I don't think if they have any stars players like. Younger stars players like Spain.
Doku,
and aside Doku, who do you have again? Trossard. And who again?
Talisman too, and he was injured and all that. Yes,
and
yes.
if you observe this guy,
Lukaku,
Courtois has not been active the way he is in his club performance. World Cup.
Yeah. That's actually how we've seen how. That's why I said they're all balanced in the same. But also the same question is thrown to you, Mr.
Yes.
Loki.
The match I saw yesterday, I think the game was a very interesting one. This is the first time in the World Cup that Spain are conceding a goal. So that shows you that Belgium did not just come to sit back and defend. Even as much as Spain dominated the game, if you are playing against Spain, I tell people this, even if you are Argentina, if you are playing against Spain, they will dominate you, because they have the kind of midfielders that want to take possession and create things. And for a fact, I believe Belgium knew that the only way they were going to win this match was if they're able to take the game to, let's say, the penalty shootouts. Because the Spain have not really been at their best this World Cup, yes, but they have been a side that nobody wants to play. They've not considered a goal. Let it sink in. From the group
they have the highest clean sheets right now.
They have not considered a goal up until yesterday. That shows that defensively they are very strong.
They are good.
Their midfield is perfect. The attack has not been as it once were maybe had Morata and the likes of them. But regardless, they've been winning games. So big up to Belgium. The game was a very interesting one. I think the Belgium players can actually go home feeling that they've done their best. They didn't lose by a big margin. It's not like they were outclassed. I feel like they've given a good account of themselves at this World Cup. From the Senegal match up onto the USA match to today, they've done very well.
Yeah.
But like Mr. Mike said, the expectations don't weigh on them as much as it weighs on Spain. And from a Belgian perspective, they've had a good World Cup. Even if they actually were not able to get the job done yesterday, but big ups to Belgium, they've done well. At least going forward, players like De Bruyne and the likes will not be there. So it's a chance for them to rebuild, hopefully before the Euros and the next World Cup. But Spain, it was never in doubt. Spain were definitely going to win that match.
Okay, this
First
goes.
week, so I knew it.
Okay, thank you. And this goes to my next question, right? So, because we've been seeing, I want to make a comparison right now.
Yeah.
But I want you guys to tell me, so far, have you guys enjoyed the play of Yamal? Because how he has contributed to the game so far. Yamal contribution to the game. How do you guys see it?
The thing is, before the World Cup, we all know Yamal had a very serious injury. In fact, at some point, the media, they had this story that Yamal would miss the first 2 games of the World Cup. To show you how severe
The injury
concerns were. And he was going to come back on the last match in the group stage against Uruguay. But because of situations beyond our control, he had to come back early. And in as much as he has not scored as much goals as the likes of Mbappe and the rest of them, but I believe if you take out Yamal from this Spain team, you're going to leave a very big gap.
Before you go back on your video, AKBet is the #1 betting platform where you play casino games and you also bet on sport matches. And you can also watch live matches on the platform. So get an account with AKBet, sign up and register and enjoy all the fun. AKBet, #1 sponsor of this podcast. Okay.
Because nobody does what Yamal does for that team.
Okay.
No player in this Spanish team because Nico Williams is injured.
Yeah.
We saw him coming in less than 4-5 minutes to the end of the match yesterday. No player in this Spain team can take the ball and make those runs the way Yamal does it in this Spain team. So believe you me, this Spain team is heavily reliant on Yamal.
So
he might not be getting the goals and assists, but he's the man doing most of the jobs up front.
Okay. So Mr. Mike, what do you think about Yamal's performance in the game?
Okay, for me, Yamal is a talented kid.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. But for this World Cup, he has been trying because he has been on injury for the first 2 games, just like Mr. Lucky said it, and even we got the information from the football media, stuff like that. But then, I think Yamal scored the goal. I think in the second match, right? That was his 3rd match in this World Cup. I think he scored the goal. But if you see how Yamal has been playing in this World Cup, he's not that attacking, or should I say, he's not that making the efforts compared to how he makes it in the team. The national team is quite different from the club side, and then the club side you train almost every day.
Yeah.
And then the World Cup, these are maybe teams or maybe national teams you wouldn't even imagine to meet maybe till the next 4 years or maybe 6 years. You get. So when you meet teams that you are not conversant with or you barely play against, playing against them might be quite difficult for you. But Yamal, as talented as he is, he tried his possible best. But I feel like this World Cup, Yamal is not as good as he was
in the Euros.
No, not in the Euros. He was not as good as he was. When
Maybe he was in club side, right?
Club side, yeah.
Okay.
So
okay. What do you guys think? You guys can put it in the comment section. So right now we're going straight to our the question we actually have for today's podcast. Now, I'm sure you all are all familiar with the controversies of the game between Egypt and Argentina, how everybody has been putting in the media, and also the Egyptian media actually came out and said that the officiating ref and that game should be investigated. And so many talks were coming out, and also some of the players of in the Egypt side came and said that yes, that the referee, since they wanted to give Argentina the World Cup, that they should just give it to them. These are the things that we've seen. And also, this actually happened 2022. It's as if it's a replica of actually what happened 2022 when Argentina actually won the World Cup. These are kind of the statement that we're seeing coming out from teams like Netherlands, because after their game with Argentina, we saw them coming out and saying something. So what do you think? I'm sure you watched the game, and everybody here, I'm sure we're all our eyes were on the what? Were on the game. So guys, I want to ask you this question. Do you think that the game was fair? The officiating was fair? Or it looked like, because we can't use the word robbery, or it looked like robbery?
Okay, first thing first, I am not an Argentina fan.
Okay.
You understand?
So
But
you
I'm not going to be biased.
Okay, I don't want to ask. Are you going to say based on sentiment?
I'm not going to be
Okay.
biased. See, if you watch from the beginning of the match,
Yeah.
both teams were very, very intensive to both sides. Like the attacking from both sides were very, very strong. You get, but at the end of the day, you can see that there are some attack, maybe some pressure there. When you're trying to maybe tackle them, say yeah, the tackle against Egypt player was so intensive that it was obvious that it's a foul.
Maybe foul card, but they don't blow.
But they don't blow. And there was this I don't know his name. It was by the line of the field. Then they passed the ball to him. I passed the ball to another player, and then an Argentina player just used his hand to hit his neck. Instead of the lineman was there. He saw it clearly. You understand? It was very obvious.
I think I saw
but then
that
he
too.
raised his flag. The flag was down. But if you see any other, like the Argentina players, once the ball is on their feet and then
any tackle,
any little tackle, the referee will just blow immediately. So it was very obvious because from the 2022 World Cup, as you said, there have been some obvious favoritism to the Argentina side you get, and the same thing is still happening. Me, I feel like, to my own opinion, I feel like FIFA wants to do this back-to-back of a team with World Cup because maybe I feel like they are favoring their princess, their baby princess, which is Messi. So to me, that's what I think.
Okay, let's hear. Let's hear the opinion from Miss Loki. What do you think? How was the game to you?
The thing is, football is a game of passion.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when the Egyptian players came on to do the interview, the emotions were running high. They just lost the match. They were winning 2-0. And of course, in such a high-stake situation, when you still have adrenaline pumping in your body, you can come out and, because you're emotional at that moment, you're not thinking straight.
Are you saying that wait, no, let me just ask you. Are you saying that the statement made was based on emotions?
I think if I were to be in that position, I'll feel aggrieved too.
How can the whole world be emotional against
now,
a single
Mo
match?
Salah, who happens to be the captain of the Egyptian national team, he came out to put out a statement. Please, I would like you guys to go back and read on that. Mo Salah came out to put up his statement. He said, Mo Salah was the person in question who had that so-called penalty incident. He came out to say that the officiating was not biased. That of course his teammates were aggrieved because of the manner in which they lost the match. But he's saying for the fact that the officiating was not biased and the referee was fair in his judgment. I didn't say it. Mo Salah said it. That's after all said and done. So if you want to sit back and rewatch the whole match without any element of bias, any element of sentiment, I promise you would see it clear as day that officiating was not perfect, yes. Show me a World Cup match that has had a perfect officiating. Show me any football match at all that has an officiating that is devoid of any small controversy. There is none at all.
But don't you think maybe Salam was saying from the place of maybe
diplomacy?
Diplomacy. He didn't want any.
There's always going to be that idea. But the truth is
because
the truth is
you're saying Salah came out because also the coach, the Egyptian coach also came out also to say the same thing, that the officiating was actually rigged. That you know the sign when they do this sign like this in a match it means what? Now I'm sure he reached racism, right? And he identified it and he was given a card.
Yes. The gesture is not allowed in football.
It's allowed because it's part of the FIFA rule.
I advise you to go and read on that. See all these gestures. These things are not allowed in football. You get what I'm saying? Now going further, I want to drag your attention back to the Saudi Pro League. There's a certain match played between Al Ali, that's AFC champion, and Al Nassr. Al Nassr won that match. They did a comeback. They won the match. Al Ali players came to the internet. They came on, made so many press conferences that match was rigged. The Saudi Pro League have an agenda to make sure Ronaldo wins the league, and everybody's coming out to push one narrative or the other. Because at that moment they felt aggrieved. They felt like, no, this officiating is biased. Why are these clear and obvious fouls not being called in our favor? But if the reverse is the case, Ronaldo got a penalty, they felt that was not a penalty. All these things are going to be a big part of football. You cannot take this away from football. So nobody came out to the media and say, oh, because of these players are complaining in their numbers that this match is rigged. So obviously, the Saudi Pro League have an agenda to make sure Ronaldo wins the league. Nobody said that. You get what I'm saying? You also made mention of Netherlands match between the two. I'm going to bring it to you. Netherlands lost that match on penalty shooters to Argentina.
Before you go back on your video, AKBet is the #1 betting platform where you play casino games and you also bet on sport matches. And you can also watch live matches on the platform. So get an account with AKBet, sign up and register and enjoy all the fun. AKBet, #1 sponsor of this podcast.
They were not robbed. No clear and obvious goal was denied. They lost that match.
Okay, so you agree? So you agree?
World Cup.
Yes,
No,
yes, they
they
lost.
lost that
But so
match
you agreed? So
on
you
penalty.
agreed that they were deniers of what? Goals were denied for Argentina.
I'm actually hearing
and
this
for
this-
Egyptians.
Egyptians.
Is that what you said now? You said no goals were denied. So in your own
Exactly.
in your
exactly.
view,
The
that
match, the goal that was denied, the second goal, the scoreline was 1-0. Yeah, and now Egypt scored a goal from a counter. They scored a goal. Yeah, it was a clear goal. But now in the FIFA rule book, please check on this thing I'm saying. If during the course of play, the actions leading to a goal, if there is a foul in the build-up, that's what it's called, the build-up to the goal. If there's a foul, even if it happens 2 seconds ago, it happens 1 minute ago, if there's a clear and obvious foul in the build-up to a goal, the VAR has the authority to go and recheck that decision. And if it's a clear and obvious foul, they will rescind the goal. That's what happened. I'll take you back to the AFCON. Nigeria, South Africa. We were 1 goal up. There was a clear and obvious foul in the Nigeria penalty box where Ndidi kicked the leg of a South African attacker. What's his name again? This guy that used to play for Brighton and Hove, that plays for Al Ahly in Egypt. There was a clear and obvious foul. The referee did not spot it. VAR did. Nigeria countered from our penalty box. We countered until Osimhen scored 2-0, 2-0. The VAR called the referee attention to it. That there was, in the build-up to that goal, there was a foul in the penalty box of Nigerians. A foul was committed against number 10 by Wilfred Ndidi. The referee checked the foul. He saw it. He gave a penalty. That goal was cancelled. They gave a penalty. South Africa scored 1-1. Nobody came out to shout propaganda. Nobody came out to say, oh, CAF have an agenda to help South Africa.
Okay.
I'm telling you a case that happened
That was
that
a
we
single
watched.
foul in that match, right? And it was very, very obvious.
Yeah.
But the match between Argentina and
Egypt.
Egypt,
Yes.
it was not only that build up to the goal that was obvious that there were
lots of fouls, though.
Please
in the match.
draw my attention to them.
There are a lot of
Because if Mo Salah, the tackle, listen, the tackle of Mo Salah that people will say, it's a foul and what? The tackle of Mo Salah came up with that ball.
Not just Musala. I think the striker that was playing at the right flank, he had so many fouls done to him, which were obviously shown. If you want to go, you can go check it and
Let me
you see.
ask you a question. In that match, the Egypt match, who was the most foul player on that pitch? Lionel Messi. How many times were the foul called? Go see. This is a matter of perspective. I'll show you videos where players were tugging on the shirt of Lionel Messi. No card, no foul. Play went on. But of course, this media is something they call yellow journalism. They take a section of it that will suit their narrative, and they make sure those videos get headlines. This one that will not suit the narrative, they relegate it to the background.
Okay.
That's just the truth.
Okay. I would have asked my second question, but because we're constrained by time, I think we'll be doing that next podcast. So yes, as always, I have 5 questions for my guests, and I'll be asking you guys. There are 5 questions, and I'm sure you guys, your knowledge of football is at the highest level. So I'm going to be giving you guys nice questions. So my first question goes: which country was the first to successfully defend the FIFA World Cup title? Which country was the first to successfully defend the FIFA World Cup title? Mr. Mike. Brazil. Final answer.
Yeah, Brazil.
It has to be Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Final answer. Wrong, guys. Okay, that was actually wrong. The first team to actually defend it was Italy, when they won in 1934, and they also defended it in 1938. Brazil won, but they had a year gap before. They were not the first. So yes, number 2, which African player has won the most CAF Player of the Year award? Which African player has won the most CAF Player of the Year award? Mr. Lucky?
CAF Player of the Year award.
Yes.
I'll go Samuel Eto'o.
I know you go for Samuel Eto'o, but I always know you go for Samuel Eto'o. What is
Most
I think it should be Didier Drogba.
Didier Drogba. Okay. Wrong, guys. The answer is wrong to both of you. The answer is Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure has 4. And Didier Drogba actually have 1. Samuel Eto'o, I think, has 3 or 2.
3.
Number 3. Who is the only goalkeeper to captain a World Cup winning team? Who is the only goalkeeper to captain a World Cup winning team? Who is the only goalkeeper to captain a World Cup winning team?
Casillas, Spain.
Casillas did it with Spain, actually. Casillas did it with Spain. Casillas did it with Spain 2010. Yeah, he was. I don't think he was the captain. So for me, I'll go Hugo Lloris.
Hugo Lloris.
Hugo Lloris, France, 2018.
Casillas,
2010.
2010.
Wrong, both of you. Dino Zingoff.
No, the line is wrong.
It's wrong.
Hugo Lloris was the captain of France when they won
Now,
in 2018.
2018.
Yes.
The only first of all, this was 1982.
You said the only.
Yes,
It cannot be the only now.
The only goalkeeper.
Hugo Lloris did it for France. You can check 2018 when France won the World Cup. Hugo Lloris was the captain of that team.
2018 for France.
Yes, when France won the World Cup.
Was it not Kante?
No. Kante was not the captain. Didier Mbappe was the best young player.
Okay.
Hugo Lloris, even Casillas did it with Spain.
Let's see.
2010.
Okay,
answers are not both wrong.
Number 4. Which club did Thierry Henry leave before joining Arsenal? Which club did Thierry Henry leave before joining Arsenal?
Juventus.
Juventus.
No
You have no idea. Yes, look, you got it. Juventus.
I'm not an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, he's an Arsenal fan, so he should. Number 5. Which club was Jose Mourinho managing before joining Chelsea for the first time? Which club was Jose Mourinho managing before joining Chelsea for the first time?
FC Porto.
FC Porto.
Real Madrid.
Madrid. Wrong. The answer is FC Porto. Yes, guys. So thank you for joining us. This is Talk That Talk with AK, and we have exhausted our time in here. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. And make sure you keep your comments coming. This podcast is proudly sponsored by AKBet, #1 sponsor of this podcast. So thank you guys for joining us. And thank you guys, my humble guests and my co-hosts. Thank you guys.